Hi guys, welcome to In Bed with a Bisexual, and this episode we're going to be asking, when is the right time to come out? So, most LGBT people will tell you, come out, it's great, you be proud, we're going to wrap you up in a rainbow flag and we're going to throw you a parade. Which is all said and done and good. But I don't see many people talking about what I think, which is that actually you need to be sure to come out at the time that's right for you. You've got to come out when you are emotionally ready, and also when you've got your head together about what it means. And this is especially with bisexuals. So I think it comes down to three things. Number one is about understanding what bisexuality means and what it means for you. So if you look at other LGBT people, maybe gay people, it's I'm a man who's attracted to a man. Pretty straightforward. Obviously, then you figure out what kind of men you're into. Bisexuals is so different. With bisexuals, what does this mean? Some people have a preference. Some people have no preference. Some bisexuals are in open relationships. Some are in monogamous relationships. Some, are into pegging. All that kind of stuff. So once you realize I'm not straight, or I'm not gay either, I'm bisexual, then you've got to kind of ask yourself all these questions and kind of figure out what kind of bisexual you are. How is bisexuality going to fit into your life? What does you being bisexual and in a relationship with a man look like? What does you being in a relationship and being in a relationship with a woman look like? It's a bit of a minefield, and it just takes some time to figure out. Or in my case, go and experience it. So I'm someone that just doesn't like not knowing what it's like or that kind of stuff. So I had to go out. And figure out, yeah, like that, don't like that, yeah, that works for me. Oh, no, not doing that again. And that's really how I did it. So that's not the same for everyone. Not every bisexual person has to go out and have sex with a male or a female. They don't even have to have sex at all. It doesn't change anything. That's them finding out, like, I'm a bisexual that's a virgin, and I'm going to stay that way forever, because whatever it is. I think you've got to take the time to understand it. That brings us on to the next thing, which unfortunately is defending it. I'm not going to lie. Truth is, you're bisexual, there are going to be people that are going to come up to you and you're going to be forced to defend bisexuality. They'll say all the stuff you've heard before, it's not real, it's a phase, no one's bisexual forever, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to defend it. And the thing is, it doesn't matter the subject, no one can really defend something that they're unsure about. So if you aren't ready to be out and you haven't figured out what being bisexual means to you yet, and then someone challenges you on it, it's going to be very hard for you to defend it because you don't know all the answers yet. That's certainly something that happened to me early on, where I was kind of figuring it out and was honest with a couple of people, and someone I was very close with stood beside me while their friend ripped into bisexuality and basically forced me to agree that bisexuality is a phase. And it pains me to this day that I did that, but the reason I did it was because I wasn't ready to be out. I wasn't ready to defend it. I didn't really understand it all at that time and what was happening and what that meant, and I had no one to look up to as a kind of role model or someone I was like, well, what about them? Like, they're bisexual and 30 or whatever. So I think that is what leads into it. You've got to take the time to understand your bisexuality, and then you've also got to figure out how to defend it. Because the thing is, once you've understood your bisexuality, you'll want to defend it. A lot of people will not come out because they're worried that people around them will reject them for it. But once you really have understood your sexuality, and once you really embrace being bisexual and realize, look, it's as much of a part of me as anything else. I can't change my skin color. I can't change my sexuality. It's who I am, and actually, I quite like it. It's all good. And if you've got a problem with that, then maybe, we're not as close as I thought. That will come, but that comes from figuring out your bisexuality and not being afraid of it. And that comes part and part with being ready to come out. You'll know when you're ready to come out because you'll have had enough. You'll have been like, you know what, this is silly. This is who I am. People can like it or not like it. I haven't changed it about myself. That's it. And I think the other thing about when is the right time to come out also comes into relationships. So I get so many emails from bisexual people that have realized they're bisexual in a relationship they've been in for a long time. You know, some people will message me in their 30s and married, and they've just figured out they're bisexual. They're like, help, what do I do? And one of the things I'm noticing that is a problem is people that are in relationships, and I say this delicately, that then will tell their partner, I think I'm bisexual, and both start panicking each other. Because, you know, the other person in the relationship will say, well, what does this mean to us? Like, do you want an open relationship now? Like, do you want to end it? And they're like, oh, well, I don't know what it means. And everyone gets really panicked and anxious and paranoid. I think that is the thing, unfortunately, is that because we might be in a relationship when we figure it out, again, it comes back to this thing of understanding. You've got to understand, okay, what does this mean? What do I want? How is me being bisexual going to work in this relationship? You know, do I want to be with other people? Maybe not. Maybe it's just about being open about it and just being like, yeah, he's hot, she's hot, whatever. Because I think it puts, coming out while you're in a relationship, especially as bisexual, just puts so much pressure on a relationship. You know, whereas I look at my relationship where, you know, she basically found out I was bisexual before she even met me. And it's just never been an issue, because she was able to walk into a relationship with a guy that was like, yeah, I'm bisexual, it's great, it's awesome, this is how it works, this is what I've done, this is what I haven't done, this is what it would be like in a relationship with a bisexual guy. And it's just never been an issue, because I was confident about being bisexual, and I knew what it meant, and I knew what it meant for me, more importantly. So to conclude, what I'm saying is, yeah, it is best to be out, but don't force it and don't rush it. Being out is something you're going to have to do in your own time. Coming out is going to look completely different for you than to what it looked like for me or for anyone else. It's all different, and it's all valid, and it is all just everyone being on their own journey. There is no reason to rush out of the closet. I would never advocate anyone rushing out of the closet. Figure it out. Be ready to defend it. And when you feel like, yeah, I could defend this, this is who I am, that's the moment you know you're ready to be out. When it's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with hiding anymore. This is who I am, and you're gonna love it, or we ain't gonna chat anymore. Right, thank you for watching this episode of In Bed with a Bisexual. Please click and subscribe, because apparently if I get more followers, they might start paying me.